Greetings, Karen Clay, Somatic Unwinding. Thanks for watching. This is our last in 7 minutes max reset. So please come onto your back. Let's review what we did last time. The knees are bent, the feet are on the floor in the right position relative to your pelvis so that you could let a little kid sit on your knees and you'd be perfectly able to support them. Then let's remember what we did last time. We acted as if to push the rug down and away from us on the floor. And by doing that, we caused a force to come up into the hip joints and all the way up the spine and out the top of the head. So we're not going to do the rolling up the spine that we did last week. We're going to keep the spine in a neutral position and allow that ground force to cause us to move upward towards the top of the head. So my head is moving closer to my hand and then moving away. So do that several times, feeling how you're sliding headward, how the ground is coming up through your legs, into your hip joints, into your pelvis, up your spine, and out through the top of your skull. Good, then leave that. We'll come back to that in a minute. Please focus now. Bring your attention to the back of your head and sense where the back of your head is meeting the floor. Where is that actual location where you can feel the floor touching your head? Is it to the right of the center, to the left of center? Is it above the center, below the center? And then please use your imagination to make a map on the back of your head of that spot. So draw a perimeter around it and then color it in. And then you're going to use about a nickel's worth of pressure to sink into the floor with the back of your head. Very small addition of a little bit of backward pressure between the head and the floor. Notice that changes where your upper back between your shoulder blades meets the floor. So repeat that many times softly and imagine that you're trying to conceal the movement from someone who's watching you. But now do the opposite. Conceal the movement as if you were about to lift your head off the floor, but you decided not to. So you start to meet the threshold of the movement, organizing yourself as if to lift, and then you let go. Do that a few more times. Notice if that changes the contact between your upper back and the floor. Then go from imperceptibly pressing to imperceptibly lifting. Feel how that changes the contact in your upper back. Now please interlace your fingertips behind your head. Bring your elbows on either side of your head. You're going to begin by driving up through your feet. And then once you're there, you're going to lift your head infinitesimally off the floor and bring it back down. See if you can find a place in your upper back to push into the floor to cause your head to lift. So each time you initiate a lifting of the head, you draw the ground up into you, sliding towards the top of your head. Then you barely lift the head off the floor, pushing your upper back into the floor. Then you rest. Then again, you slide or move as if to slide your feet away, driving your whole torso up the floor, and you use that ground force to catapult your head away from the floor and press your spine between your shoulder blades into the floor. And then you can rest again, breathing. And again, starting at the beginning, sliding your feet as if to move away from your pelvis, drawing the force up and through you, using that force like an airplane taking off to start to skim away from the floor with the skull and press into the floor with the upper back. Let it go and rest. One last time, drawing your feet as if to move them away from you, letting the force drive up your spine until your head is ready to take off like an airplane, supporting the weight in your hands as you press your upper back into the floor. You can continue to work with this, slowly moving your head further and further away from the floor and pressing a vertebra in your upper back that's lower and lower and lower. Okay. Then take some time on your back, and when you stand up, pay attention to how open your front feels. Thanks so much for watching.